Welcome to the Seth Thibodeaux Show, featuring the head coach of McNeese State University Baseball, Seth Thibodeaux. Today's program is presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional, dedicated to patient-centered excellence. The Seth Thibodeaux Show is also sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. You're either local or you're not. And by People's Health, your Medicare health team.
Hello and welcome to the Seth Thibodeaux Show, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. I'm your host, Mike Wagenheim, joined as always by the head coach of the McNeese baseball team, Seth Thibodeaux. Coach, welcome once again.
Oh, thanks, Wags.
You know, if you hear some noise behind us, folks, we're doing this show through a tornado right now, but we're going to be okay. You got to be tough, Coach.
Absolutely. That's the backbone of the program.
I know it was a rough weekend for you guys. You head to McNeese State on a pretty good streak. You winners of 10 of your previous 12. You had to feel good going in. Didn't feel so great coming out.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to win a series, and we didn't close out the job, and that's the frustrating part. And played well, did some big things, had a great game, too, on Saturday. Just would like to have the last couple innings back of that game against McNeese, but they fought hard. McNeese did and played well, and we'll see him again in the postseason.
I know you will. And right now, the Colonels, as we discussed on the radio after the ball game on Sunday, kind of in no man's land right now. You're not really realistically in the hunt for a regular season championship. Mm-hmm. Still got to make the postseason, but that should be assured unless a complete collapse. So you're kind of going through these final few weeks, just trying to generate some momentum again heading into the postseason.
Yeah, our guys have a lot of goals outside of winning a conference championship, which is obviously still there, and we'll worry about that later. But our guys want to get to a certain win mark that we've talked about, and they want to do some things. And we've got a lot of baseball left to play, with 9 conference games and 4 non-conference games. With 13 games out there, we're excited about, accomplishing something special, and we're going to shoot very hard for it.
You know what? You're a play away from taking that series. One play away.
I know it.
Tough to swallow.
Very tough.
We're going to take a look at this weekend. Let's take out the Cowboy Diamond in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Friday evening, a muggy night for baseball. Colonels coming in winners of 10 of their last 12. Conversely, McNeese had dropped 4 straight. Head-to-head, Nichols hadn't lost to the Pokes since 2012, having swept the last 2 series. Coach Tibbs' club featuring a pitching staff with the top 3 individual ERAs in the league and an offense that finally started cranking up over the last few weeks. This one started off well enough after a 2-out single by Kyle Reese. Seth Stevens turns on a Caleb Fontenot offering, doubling down the right field line. Reese looking to score from first, and he avoids the tag of Cameron Toole. 2-bagger, number 6 for Stevens this year. He wound up on third on the throw. Meanwhile, Colonel Senior Ryan Deems finally looked human in his prior start after tearing apart every team he faced this year, but he struggled in this one. Didn't get any help here as Eagle Westney has trouble with a Billy Summers grounder. Joe Provenzano scores the tying run. McNeese then puts up a crooked number in the second. Toole did a lot of damage out of the 9 spot. The worm burner down the line scores Louis Gilbo, who had led off with a double. That was the start of a monster day for Toole. After an Andrew Guillotte single puts runners at the corners, Provenzano lays down the safety squeeze. Toole scores to make it 3-1. Next batter up is Connor Lloyd. He rips it to center field. In comes Guillotte. 4-1 Pokes. Colonels cut down Lloyd at second here to retire the side, but you know it's not going to be your day when Justin Holt grounds into a double play. First time all year a team has doubled up on the speedy Holt, but McNeese turns a twin killing in the third. Nichols had 8 hits in this contest, but only a select few left the infield. Turnabout is fair play. Deems induces James Cantu into a double play on the hit and run. Still a 4-1 deficit, though, after 3 innings. But Deems struggled with his control in the 4th after a hit batter and a pair of walks, including a bases-loaded free pass issued to Lloyd. And Deems really had his toughest line of the year. 3 2/3 innings, 5 earned runs, 7 hits, 4 walks, no strikeouts. Cole Stapler inherits a pair of runners from Zach Thiak in the 5th as Toll notches another hit and an RBI, driving in Cantu, who had been plunked earlier on in the inning. That makes it 6-1. Toole only had 18 RBIs all year. He recorded 5 of them on Friday. Fontenot, meanwhile, was solid. He gets Holt looking to end the 7th. Fontenot goes 8, giving up just 1 run on 8 hits with a walk and 7 strikeouts. Meanwhile, Toole strikes again, bases loaded with 1 out, and Toole gaps the Stapler offering, clearing the bases. He's thrown out at third, but this one put away for good. 9-1 in favor of McNeese. Colonels have struggled all year on Friday, and it just kind of continued in sort of a mirror image of what we've seen all season.
Yeah, well, we didn't play defense. We had some free passes that we allowed. I think we walked and hit by pitch probably 10 or 11 guys and made a couple of errors. We didn't play in defense the way we're supposed to. You know, we score a run early in first inning and should have scored 2. We got picked. We were slide past the bag at second base. Who knows what happens when you're up by 2 runs? But we go into the bottom of the first and we have a runner at second base with 2 outs, and we don't make a play at second base there and allows them to tie the game. That's a killer instinct you have to have on Friday nights, and we're not accustomed to that with so many new guys. We haven't learned how to be in that fight on Friday night yet, and it's coming. I'm certainly not concerned about it, but we do need to make some adjustments. But definitely a bounce-back club and something our guys have shown all year long that they can bounce back and really take care of business after a tough day.
You know, the pitching staff has been so phenomenal this year, but it is extraordinarily difficult to maintain that level of dominance on a week-to-week basis. And we saw Ryan Deems just, you know, he's kind of looked human lately.
He's a human being. It's so hard to be at the top of the mountain forever. And we've been number 1 in the league in pitching for almost 2 solid years now. So you're right, it is tough. It's draining, and it takes a special club to do it, but I feel like our guys are definitely going to show that they are the best pitching staff in the league down the stretch.
And we saw it the very next day.
Absolutely. I saw a very hungry Grant Bourne on Saturday.
I saw a very hungry Colonel Club, period, on Saturday.
That's right. They played well. We pitched it, played defense. Grant got better as the game went on, and they were going to make sure they had success in Game 2.
Game 2 was pushed back from Saturday afternoon to the evening because of heavy rains. In fact, Justin Holt led off the night with a deep fly ball to left and gets robbed by Louis Gilbo, who came up just a little bit muddy. In fact, Gilbo would have to change his uniform in between innings. The field was just saturated out there. It rained heavily on Saturday morning. Grant Bourne, though, he didn't have to dust himself off at all. A number of pro scouts in the stands there to watch him, and he was nothing short of impressive. Gets around a leadoff walk in the first with a strikeout of Connor Crane, and he was just getting started, as was the Colonel offense. In the third, Darius Knight drops a Bryce Kingsley offering inside the right field line. It chases in David Zorn. Darius has raised his average about 140 points in a little over a month. After a 2-out error by Kingsley and a walk, the Colonels capitalize as a Seth Stevens fly ball finds a landing spot. Knight and Kyle Reese come around. 3-0 Colonels. Stevens drove in 3 runs in this one. Then it's Justin Smith's turn. Base hit the left, knocking in Tanner Vanderveer. Big 4-run frame for Nichols, and that wouldn't be their only crooked number of the night. Not only did the offense support Bourne, so did the defense. How about Joey Morales at short and David Zorn at first, teaming up to rob Billy Summers? That kind of day for Nichols, just everything went well. 5th inning now. A Stevens fielder's choice brings home Reese, then Justin Smith. With a roller behind second, McNeese cannot make the play, and Stevens scores. It is 6-0. Now, Bourne would balk home a run in the bottom half of the 5th, but McNeese would get nothing more. Not if Joey Morales has anything to do with it. This kid is a freshman and already has a lengthy highlight reel. He adds to it here, taking a hit and a couple of RBIs away from Louis Gilbo. 6th inning, Knight and Reese put together back-to-back 2-out hits against reliever Lucas Quarry. The Reese double scores Knight from first base to make it 7-1. Reese with a 3-hit day, driving in a pair of runs and scoring twice. And then Bourne, my oh my, he was just absolutely spectacular. Strikes out this side in order here in the bottom half of the frame. They could not touch Grant Bourne for the rest of the day. Just about as solid as they come, and the Colonels march on to a 13-1 victory. Back to the 7th inning of play here. Darius Knight, another RBI as he drops it into left center field. The Colonels just steamrolled McNeese as that was Morales getting around the tag there. Knight had 3 hits on the night, and then it's Tanner Vanderveer coming up. James Cantu, the right fielder, can't find the baseball in the twilight. It drops in. 2-run score, including Knight, and the Colonels just roll right along. A 13-1 win. It is incredible what a difference 24 hours made.
No question about it. The best thing about the night was we got better as the night went on and continued to pound on. And just as you saw there at the end, Tanner Vanderveer hits a fly ball to right field and kind of almost in no man's land and never stops, never hesitates, gets to second base. Just little things like that. That's how you win, games. That's how you bounce back. Just playing hard, playing determined. And we played well all the way around, but it certainly came from Grant Bourne on the mound. He set the tone and certainly put that confidence in our guys, and our guys knew that if we get him 4 or 5 runs, we're going to win the baseball game. But when we got to 4 or 5, they continued on. They got to 10, and then they got to 13. So it was great to see that effort and a huge bounce back from, we play a tough one on Friday, sit around the hotel all day long, and then get out there and play as hard as we possibly can, take care of business on the road. it's good to see.
Haven't been many back-to-back losses over the last month and a half for the
No,
Colonels.
and that's good. In our last 15 games, we're 11-4, and we've been playing well. Not the greatest baseball that we can play, and we're going to do that. But that is definitely something that is exciting going into a postseason, is that your team will, if we ever drop one, we know we're going to bounce back. That's a good trait to have. Certainly we'd like to prove that we can win 4 or 5 in a row, though.
And meanwhile, you guys have been killers on Sunday this year, a perfect 7-0 in weekend series finales, and you had Justin Sinibaldi on the hill this past Sunday. On paper, that's your ball game.
Feel good about it. We play well on Sunday. We understand that it's our day, and we talk a lot about it leading up to into the season. So we knew we'd play well. We knew we'd put ourselves in position to win. We just need to finish and close it out.
Back to Lake Charles for Game 3. The Southland's earned run average leader, Justin Sinibaldi, got the nod and got some help early. Second inning, James Cantu leading off. How about center fielder Justin Holt coming out of nowhere to rob Cantu, one of a couple of gems for Holt on the day. McNeese was held to 1 hit in the first 3 innings. Scoreless entering the 4th. Justin Smith would change that. Goes down the line on an Ethan Stremmel offering and punches it into the right field corner. It brings home Kyle Reese and Seth Stevens. First triple of the year for Smith. Boy, was he pumped. He had a pair of hits on the afternoon. Next up is Alex Tucker, and the safety squeeze is executed to perfection. Stremmel drops the ball in the process. A 3-run, 3-hit inning for the red and gray. Sinibaldi gets out of trouble in the bottom of the frame as the poke strand a pair before Seth Stevens, 2-out hit to left, chases in Justin Holt. It's 4-0 in favor of the Colonels. Nichols, though, had a shot at a bigger inning, but left the bases loaded, and that opened up the door for the Cowboys. They break up the shutout on a Connor Lloyd sac fly, and then Billy Summers belts an RBI double into left center. Joe Provenzano comes in from first, and the lead is down to 2 runs. Let's go bottom 6. An error leads to a bases-loaded no-out situation, and pinch hitter Matt Gallier's comebacker kicks off Sinibaldi and ricochets into right. James Cantu, who should have been forced out of play earlier, scores from third. That makes it 4-3, and Gallier would loom large in this one. Robbie Petty comes in to face Andrew Guillotte. How about this little cheapie? Off of Petty's arm, everybody's safe, and we're tied at 4. McNeese looks poised to go ahead. Connor Lloyd looking for another sac fly. Darius Knight chases it down and right and sets up a controversial play at the plate. While Lucas Quarry certainly beat the throw, he was ruled correctly to have slid legs up and therefore didn't touch the plate with his feet or legs. Alex Tucker applies the tag and we stay tied at 4. But stopper of the year candidate Colin Colbert locks down Nichols' bats as the Colonels strand a pair in the 7th. Colbert retired 14 of the 15 he faced, fanning 5, and the Colonels never really threatened again. We wind up going to the 11th. The Colonels' own dominant closer, Stuart Holmes, gives up the home run to Gallier on a 1-0 pitch to lead off the inning. 5th homer of the year for Gallier. He goes 3 for 3 off the bench, and the Colonels fall 5-4. First loss for Nichols all year to conclude a weekend series. The opportunities were there, Coach.
They were absolutely there, and as we're going through that 5th inning, I feel like we made a play at first base that was called safe, and that was a frustrating call. And later on we have a bunt play that we have an out at third base, and we drop a baseball. We just got to make plays. The game was there for the taking, and I think we underestimated our opponent down the stretch, and probably were a little too confident in ourselves because we've been there so many times. I felt like we were just going to roll through it, and it's a frustrating loss but kudos and hats off to McNeese for coming back and winning down 4-0 with 4 innings to play. It was they did a fantastic job. Coach Hill did a great job with those guys. But man, I'd certainly love to play them again, and just as everyone that we have on our schedule. But they played well down the stretch, and we didn't close it, and that's something we take a lot of pride in.
A wake-up call this time of year isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not. We played extremely hard and competed very hard on Sunday, and we played with intent to win the series. But at the same time, we didn't do winning things in winning moments. And that is a wake-up call. And that's a good wake-up call. Just like you said, it proves that it shows you how important detail is in college baseball, especially on the finest day of the week on Sunday. So, of course, we understand that. There's no reason for us to put salt on the wound as coaches, and our guys understand. They didn't finish. We didn't finish the job. There's some things I'd like to have done differently as a coach. We all could look back on certain 1 or 2 things, but ultimately as a team, we've got to make sure we finish and be relentless with our approach. And we certainly look forward to playing again, getting back on the field soon.
We'll talk more about that. We got to take a break first, though. You are tuned in to the Seth Thibodeaux Show, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional.
You may know Thibodaux Regional was the first hospital in the region to take a leadership role in athletic safety, and they responded by developing a comprehensive sports medicine program. But did you know their certified athletic trainers assist high schools with team event coverage, and that they are the region's only hospital with sports medicine fellowship-trained physicians? TJ Boudreau knows they're here for athletes of all ages. Parents, coaches, and athletes know Thibodaux Regional Medical Center for expert, compassionate care.
Donnie, I'm in Rouse's at least 3 times a week, and I want the best prices every day.
Come on, Chef. Let's go shopping.
All right. There's got to be at least 1,000 items just on this one aisle.
At Rouse's, we stock more groceries than anyone else.
I can see that. So what's with the tag? Best price every day.
It's the Rouse's guarantee. You're getting our lowest price every day.
So when I see this tag,
you know you don't have to wait for a sale.
I can shop any day
and get our best price every day. Rouse's. You're either local or you're not.
Well, we're all about the people that we care for.
At People's Health, we know that when it comes to health, what works is teamwork. Each People's Health Plan member has a team of talented professionals working together to coordinate care so our members can do what they love to do.
That's what we do. We're here for you with People's Health.
People's Health, your Medicare health team.
Back here with you on the Seth Thibodeaux Show, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. Mike Wagenheim with Colonel Head Coach Seth Thibodeaux. 3 weekends left in the regular season. Still a whole lot of work to be done, Coach.
Time to finish the job. There's so much to play for. There's so much in front of us, and it is important that we finish what we started and do it the right way. And 11-4 in our last 15 games. Let's do it again this next 15 games for sure.
Let's take a look at the Southland standings. Southeastern Louisiana swept Houston Baptist on the road this weekend. They're up 2 games on Northwestern State. Sam Houston took a non-conference series at 23rd ranked Oklahoma. Central Arkansas swept New Orleans. The 8 teams you would see all qualify for the Southland tournament are on the board now. That's if the season ended today. Meanwhile, Lamar is 2 games out of the picture. Stephen F. Austin still has a fighting chance as well. Well, while the Colonel baseball team is gearing up for a postseason run, it was tournament time for a few of our athletic programs over the last week or so. With the details, here's Joanna Ducree.
After winning the Southland regular season title and seeking their first NCAA tournament appearance in 20 years, the McNeese State women's tennis team fell short to Northwestern State at the Southland Conference tournament on Sunday in Beaumont, Texas.
I'm happy for the girls, and happy for the department. Because we were able to win conference in regular season. I think it's the first time in God knows how many years, but I knew it was going to be tough. Played 3 matches back to back, but we did good. Today's performance is unacceptable because we beat this team. We didn't beat this team. We destroyed this team in regular season. The occasion got the better of them. They were first time in the finals. Last year they lost first round. This year we're in the finals. So next year we're going to win. And that's a guarantee for sure. These girls will win it next year.
The Colonels took 2 losses in doubles, but came back in singles with wins by Marie Aubert and Isla Brock. The championship was tied at 2 until Northwestern State's Natalia Krotova and Polina Ivanova won their matches against Clara Skopak and Milou Peters.
I think we expected them in doubles, and we lost the double point. We expected them. We knew they were good, but we didn't expect them that much in single. I think they were really prepared. We beat them during the regular season, and they were prepared, and we could feel it. And they're used to being the final of the Southland Conference. They won it, I think, in 2013 and 2010. They could handle the pressure maybe better than us. Hats off to them.
I'm so proud of my teammates. They've done an amazing job, and this year with the team it's just been absolutely amazing. Every moment we had together has been something special, and it's something I'll never forget. And it's very sad that a few of us are leaving.
The season also came to an end for the Nichols golf team, which finished 9th in the Southland Championship in McKinney, Texas last week. The Colonels ended the tournament with a score of 943, defeating New Orleans and Central Arkansas. Senior Andre Boyarson led the club in the final 18, firing a 1/73 to finish and a tie for 21st place. Boyarson wraps up his season with 1 individual title and 6 top 10 finish in a total of 9 tournaments. Reporting for the Seth Thibodeaux Show, I'm Joanna Ducree.
Thank you so much, Joanna. We appreciate it. Coach, when the season's over, it kind of sinks in.
Yeah, it's tough. That's why we want to make sure our season lasts forever, boy. It's tough. It's emotional. You feel like it's never going to end. You don't prepare for it, especially when you're having great success, and then all of a sudden it hits you. Like, oh no, there's no practice today. There's no games today. But a mature club, hopefully in our position is that we make sure we continue on and keep going and don't allow that to happen.
We're going to talk more about what's to come here in a minute. Stay with us here. We got to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more of the Seth Thibodeaux Show, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional, in just a moment. Back with you on the Seth Thibodeaux Show, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. Coach Tib, big weekend set coming up. HBU coming to town. They've surprised a lot of people this year, but you got them here at Didier Field, and you've defended your home turf pretty well this year.
Yeah, and our players are going to play with a sense of urgency and understand. They understand where they're at now. I think losing a tough one at McNeese this weekend will kind of rewrite our mindset a little bit and not get comfortable and understand how important every game is in our league. And HBU is a great program. Coach Moon's done a great job. Tons of respect for what they've done and how they play the game. But I do know we're at home and we have to take care of our business, and we have a chance to jump them in the standings, and we're going to do everything we can to make that happen.
The Colonels play host to Houston Baptist. It's a final 3-game home set for Nichols this year. All 3 games can be heard live on KTIB 640 AM. You can also watch it live online through our website at Colonels All Access on GoColonels.com. Coach, HBU this week, then you got UNO in a split series at Northwestern State after that. It's not a favorable schedule. It's not an unfavorable schedule, but if you guys just go out and play like you're used to playing and to the potential you can, you should be all right heading into the postseason.
We'll take care of our business. I fully expect us to and know and have a lot of trust and faith in our players that they'll take care of their business. But we're going to we're still trying to get better, and we're still trying to play our best baseball, and we're still shooting for that, and we have some midweek contests that can allow us to get there, but we want to get to that 30-win mark again, 35-win mark again. We want to make sure we do some things that we set out to do a long time ago, and we will take it one game at a time. We're a very confident club. We understand what we need to do. We know with the bullets that we have to be successful, so we're going to try to win all series that we can and basically win every game that we can to reach our goals and get into the postseason hot.
Coach, we're going to talk more about it. We got to take one final time out. We're going to be back to wrap things up on the Seth Thibodeaux Show, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional, right after this.
Our journey to patient-centered excellence is fueled by strong leadership and driven by a passionate team working together to deliver the highest quality, safest care, constantly adding more services, physicians, and technology, ensuring you have an outstanding patient experience. As a result, thousands have made us the most preferred hospital. Patient-centered excellence. At Thibodaux Regional, it's not a destination. It's a journey driven by one purpose, you.
Donnie, I'm in Rouse's at least 3 times a week, and I want the best prices every day.
Come on, Chef. Let's go shopping.
All right. There's got to be at least 1,000 items just on this one aisle.
At Rouse's, we stock more groceries than anyone else.
I can see that. So what's with the tag? Best price every day.
It's the Rouse's guarantee. You're getting our lowest price every day.
So when I see this tag,
you know you don't have to wait for a sale.
I can shop any day
and get our best price every day. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not.
Well, we're all about the people that we care for.
At People's Health, we know that when it comes to health, what works is teamwork. Each People's Health Plan member has a team of talented professionals working together to coordinate care so our members can do what they love to do.
That's what we do. We're here for you with People's Health.
People's Health, your Medicare health team.
Coming back to you, wrapping things up on the Seth Thibodeaux Show, presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional. Mike Wagenheim with Nichols head coach Seth Thibodeaux. Coach, what's the game plan this week?
Well, we got a big weekend with UL Lafayette and UL Monroe, midweek contest, and then obviously Houston Baptist, which we're certainly hungry for and ready for, but we're going to take each day one day at a time and not try to rush through this thing and make sure that we get better every day. A couple of big in-state games this week, and hopefully Mother Nature cooperates so we can play some good baseball, and then certainly a midweek game can tune you up for a great weekend, and we all understand that now. So again, play our baseball, pitch, play defense, and be aggressive offensively, and make sure we do the little things the right way. I think that if we continue to take away, win the freebie war and make sure we're not giving up any free passes and solidify our defense and making sure we don't do anything silly and give up anything, we're going to be a really tough team to beat, and that's what we need going in down the stretch.
You guys have been really good against the non-conference Louisiana teams this year. Folks, you can find out more about Nichols Athletics, including our baseball team, on our social media sites. Visit us at Go Colonels on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat, and our latest videos are available at youtube.com/Nichols Athletics. Time to announce our Rouse's Student Athlete of the Week. You're either local or you're not. Louisiana's Best can be found at your local Rouse's or at Rouse's.com. For a third straight week, Chriselle Roll blew past the competition, taking first in the 400-meter hurdles at the Leon Johnson Invitational in Natchitoches on Saturday, crossing the finish line in 1 minute, 39 seconds, adding another first-place finish to her resume only days after being named the Southland Conference Track Athlete of the Week. Folks, that is going to do it for our program here. For more information on Nichols Athletics, check out our official website, GoColonels.com. That's GEAUX, GoColonels.com. Coach, go get him this week. We'll talk to you again next week. Mike. All right. For Joanna Ducree and Beatrice Beard, I'm Mike Wagenheim. We'll talk again next time.
Today's show has been presented by the Sports Medicine Center of Thibodaux Regional, dedicated to patient-centered excellence. This program has also been sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. You're either local or you're not. And People's Health, your Medicare health team. This has been a presentation of the Colonel Sports Network.